Okay, done.
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. The Supreme Court has declared electoral bonds as unconstitutional. Big news coming in from the Supreme Court. And joining me today is Commodore Lokesh Batra, transparency rights activist. He is someone who has been following the electoral bonds from day one and who has managed to get a lot of data related to electoral bonds that became very crucial for the case and the judgment that has come out now. Thank you, Mr. Commodore Batra, for joining us. Your first reactions to the Supreme Court's judgment.
I mean, no words. I'm enjoying. This is a wonderful everything of the amendment to Finance Act 2017 have been struck down as a unconstitutional. Beside the EV scheme is one of that. Great, great going.
And just tell us about your journey of tracking these electoral bonds from the time the scheme was on. You have been meticulously gathering data about these electoral bonds, and you have also submitted these as part of this case. So, what has been your discovery in this entire journey of tracking these electoral bonds, and how opaque is this scheme?
It is. You see, I just now CGI while reading the judgment categorically said A, B, C, D about. I totally agree, and this was exactly our case because everything is a citizen's right. Who are the voter goes above every right, above corporate rights, individual rights, and similarly hiding things like corporate uh, Ministry of Corporate Act amendment that any party can give anybody. Any foreign countries can put up a subsidy in India and start donating means interference from abroad. Similarly, the entire scheme was out of this thing. And if you recall, I shared with you a story that information will be only with State Bank of India, and
Yeah.
Election Commission cannot get donors information. And surely that point is proved today when the judgment says that SBI to share that data with ECI, who is required to put up on the website. Great going.
And this is something that you wanted, right? You wanted transparency. You wanted to ensure that uh, the citizen should know who is funding these political parties. Because when the argument came before the Supreme Court, the government said that what is more important for them is the privacy of the donors. They want to protect the privacy of the donors here.
whole the whole scheme was built on all the amendments were related to keeping the privacy of donors. In fact, once Reserve Bank of India chairman wrote to the then finance minister late Arun Jaitley ji, we were ready with a demat and online, payment instruments. But the government said that itself will leak out the donor's name, which was the main purpose of the scheme. So everything was correct. All the four acts, RBI Act, IT Act, RP Act, all were amended to ensure that donor's name does not come out.
And this was very carefully done to ensure that nobody knows who is donating money to these political parties. Just tell us about the amount of electoral bonds that have been sold. And all these are in different denominations, but the majority of the electoral bonds were that were sold were of 1 crore.
See, no, this is a almost, you give me, it's over 60,000, 6,000. I'll give you the exact figure in a minute. Uh, Let me, it's 16,000 plus, let's put it that way. 16,500 and 600 crore or something. After the 30th, oh, I lost you. Hey, what happened?
You're there, sir. Go ahead.
I can't see you. What happened? Hey, I can't see you. Something
You're
else.
there. You're there. You go ahead, sir.
But I can't see you anyway. So I'll give you the exact figure in a minute. Uh, Anyway, all of a sudden you're asking me 16,000 crore plus, of which 94.63% of electoral bonds of value of 1 crore have been sold. In other words, who will be buying this? That's my major question.
hmm,
And it clearly it is the super rich corporates, companies, or individuals. I mean, individuals won't come into that category of super rich, but they are donating it. In fact, 29th phase data show that almost 99% of bonds sold were of 1 crore value each. How do I get you back? I am not seeing you.
That's fine. You're there online.
Yeah, I am there, but I can't see you.
Okay.
Can we connect up again? I don't know.
And also, sir, when you were when the Chief Justice was reading the judgment, what was going on in your mind? Like, how happy are you that
Yeah,
finally this scheme has been struck down by the Supreme Court? They have
you know,
termed it
I
unconstitutional.
was sharing with my colleagues and everybody who is concerned. The moment he started first step, I said, good going. Then it became great going. And I said, wonderful, congratulations. And they are still pouring in on my phone from, I mean, various colleagues, transparency, campaigners, activists, media. I mean, it has a role not only for it's a teamwork which consists of civil society, transparency, campaigners. Media played a big role. If media wouldn't publish, the people won't come to know. And if you would have noticed it, after the judgment was reserved, I was trying to do back to back stories. I mean, getting it done, which is making it a point to this Apex Court that asking ECI for information was not the right thing. It should have straightway asked to SBI who would know who is the purchaser, who is the donor, because the electoral bond is nothing but is like a currency note,
Hmm,
and it has a hidden number. So when where the political party that is and redeem the bond, that branch matches whether it is sold. They only know, and then they accept it. This was done to avoid any forgery or anything else. But bank, that means the bank knows who is the redeeming party, and bank also knows from KYC who is selling it. So
hmm,
the very idea of is asking this information from ECI didn't gel with me. Let me put it. That's why you said back to back, so many stories were done. And over the last 10 days, if you have been seeing that, I had a campaign on Twitter and sharing with you all.
hmm,
It is 3 months have lapsed. We were very close to the next sale. You know that I sent a high warning message to all of you in the media.
hmm,
How in 2019, how this sale was done, regular sale plus 30 days additional, which could be broken down to parts. I
hmm,
was worried that even government can go ahead and have a short sale in Fab.
hmm.
So this is where we were sharing it, and fortunately, X handle or let's say Twitter handle was doing a wonderful. And not only that, I was sharing with each one of you, and I'm sure you are getting my message too. Each of that. I
Yes.
think, I feel
And,
that might
yes.
have also put some kind of a pressure. If you know, 3 days ago, CPIM Shri Yechuriji, Sitaram Yechuriji made a video and gave an open statement
Hmm,
after all seeing my various issues. So I am saying it's a win-win for everybody. It is for those advocates, those who are firing in this thing. And to first, I must congratulate the Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice of India, because everybody had given me, whenever I shared something on my tweet, I would get a response, court response, or a reply to my this thing. Forget it, it won't come. I said, Fauji's don't say never say die. Fight till the last. And I was not fighting. I was creating awareness among that. And I'm so happy that things come out. very well.
So for past 8 years, you have been tracking these electoral bonds. You must have had a tough time with the government agencies, stonewalling your RTI applications, blocking your RTI applications, or trying to give you or not give you the data that you have been asking for. How did you crack that? Because
You
your
see,
the kind of data that you managed to get was perfect.
you see, it's like this. I would say my experience in the government and how the system works, manpower works, it's HR thing. Now, if you don't get the information, it to me it is not the officer who is designated to give information. They are more than happy to give you information. They get the signal from top, you know. Plus, SBI had no hesitation to give me information except for the commission or say service charges charge, printing cost. In fact, initially the printing press said no. The matter went to CIC. So I mentioned this information already provided to me by Ministry of Finance, that is Directorate of Economic Affairs. So order was given to the printing press. If the higher formation has given, how can you stop? So we had all the data of printing, cost of printing, and regularly and very fast Department of Economic Affairs or Ministry of Finance, I must give kudos to them also. They never hesitated to give me information. So was the SBI. But lately, over the last, from 2017-18 onwards, I was getting perfect information from Election Commission. But last 4 months have been absolutely torture for me because the kind of replies they were giving, kind of argument giving one appeal was nothing. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. So two of those cases have gone to CIC, and third, I am still waiting. Time was over. Where I had also filed few almost every stage of this. I had filed violation of Model Code of Conduct case. That was in 2019. It was in between when these five state elections were going on, and they had opened up the election. See, situation was like this. If one looks at the file, at least after opposing the electoral bond scheme, Election Commission was asked by the Ministry of Finance that we want to open it, and they will give them approval with certain conditions, A, B, C. And then you can go ahead. Nobody will talk about it, and blah, blah, blah during the election period. Next step they came, they started asking them just to inform them. Now I don't see even the election commission interested in worrying about. I mean, they are not interested. They are not worried about this scheme at all. This was
Okay.
the question. In fact, I mean, it's a laughing joke. It's not. It's too serious. In one of my RTA, when reply came, I said, "You are not giving me full. Even my name is not correct." You know what the reply say? Election. He said, "You are not asked for it in your RTI." Now, can you imagine this kind of? I mean, these were diversion techniques. Don't tell me the secretary level officer didn't know the RTI. So anyway, now all is well, and I think 6 years effort, 7 years effort has paid well, and for that, I must say thank you to media. I must say thank you to my friends in ADR, civil society, who are just dropping in messages while I'm talking to you. That's great.
That's great. It's a great fight. In fact, just for the viewers who are joining now, Commodore Lokesh Batra has been tracking these electoral bonds from the time the scheme was introduced in the parliament in 2017, and he has managed to get huge amount of data. That was the most important factor as far as the electoral bonds case is concerned. Several arguments were placed based on that. And one last question before I let you go, sir.
No,
Now,
before I answer, excuse me, before
yes,
I answer your last question, just before the hearing, you received a message from me, a data.
yes, I did. I did.
That data showed that in the 2002, 2003, the sale was around 2,800 crore plus. of which 54%, that is nearly 1300 crore, has got to ruling party in center. This time, if you would have looked at it, the sale during 2023-24 till January itself had crossed 400 crore. So now I don't know, there is enough money already been sold out till January. The Supreme Court says, judgment says return the money, but their money has already been encashed. That is the issue. 27th January was the last day of encashment.
And
So,
also, sir, yeah, go ahead, sir.
yeah, that's it. Please go ahead with your next
Okay, my
question.
last question. Now that the Supreme Court has asked the SBI to reveal all those details to the Election Commission, and Election Commission has been asked to publish those details in for the public. How does what exactly happens from now on, and how does this change the entire scenario of political funding in India? So, like, is it going to create more confusion, or what exactly are we going to see next?
I can see, because all the amendments, if I heard correctly, I've yet to see the order, all amendments carried out under Finance Act 2017 have been declared unconstitutional. In other
Yeah.
words, all that law or acts will go back to the old stage and will start from the scratch. At the moment, same thing will stay. 20,000 and above have to be declared, names have to be given. But in between, I cannot say the government may come out with some kind of a scheme. We'll have to wait and watch. But in the meantime, huge amount of money has already been, gone to the political parties, as I told you, till the January 2024. So what is now going to be that 30 days plus additional, plus the 10-day sale of April. Whatever money would have come out, that 40 days sale is now blocked. That's all for the coming election of 2024.
Okay, we have
Rest
also
of that,
getting some messages from our viewers, Anand and Ganeshan, saying you smashed Modi's most successful scheme to fill his party coffers and empty his opponents. It's a quid pro quo with corporates and Modi BJP. They get back in black electoral bonds for giving out nations' wealth. So this is generally the public opinion that is out there, that there is some like who is funding these political parties is, you know, it's not known. And a lot of congratulatory messages as well, Commodore Lokesh Batra. I'll let you go now because you have been having too many calls, and too many channels are reaching out to you. But thank you so much for speaking to us, speaking to the News Minute first, immediately after the verdict. We will also connect with you at a later stage where we'll have a larger conversation about the entire judgment. Thank you so much for
and we
talking to us.
can thank you so much, and do convey my greetings to your team
Yes.
and the higher ups in the your channel. Right? Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless.